Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ben. Welcome back if you are a viewer that has subscribed to me or you've come across me before in some videos. This video is about how to use and tips you can have free of charge on the iPhone XS Max or XS Max. It's the top spec iPhone 10 basically it is, with a 6.5-inch screen. Cost quite a lot of money even in 2020. 2 years after it came out, it's still worth quite a lot of money. £400 or so, £500 you can pay for it in good mint condition. Anyway, and since I got this phone on iOS 12, I've updated the software to iOS 13.4.1, and basically when you've upgraded to 13, you'll notice there's a dark mode, and you can set it to this. So in all apps that are Apple based, you'll notice that the background is black, and you can even schedule it to go dark for the night time. So when the sun goes down at about 7 or 8 p.m, depending on the time of year, I would set it to 10 p.m. if you stay up late using the iPhone. So when you're in bed using it, you don't strain your eyes because the brightness is too high, or there's a white background which is brighter than black. Obviously black is a dark colour, so it's less likely to strain your eyes. Anyway, basic navigation skill on the iPhone XS Max is to swipe up from the very bottom. You'll notice a line at the bottom of the page every time, bottom of the screen every time I should say, bottom of the screen, and you swipe that line up and then that closes the current app basically. If you want to get back to home screen, simply swipe the current app, open app upwards, and it will get back up. To kill apps, do a 3D click and swipe to the left when the apps show up in line. Click on them and then swipe into the left, and that will close all the open apps down and save your memory, and save your battery life most importantly. Anyway, swipe from the top right to the bottom left to bring the control center up. You can add apps to this control center and it's fully customizable. You can have the brightness settings or brightness adjustment in it. You can change levels of the flashlight, which is basically the torch on the phone. And also there's Siri on this phone, which has been around for quite a few years now. So you can talk to the phone and get it to do what you want. So if you say make a phone call, call mum, it'll call my mum through the phone book, and it knows who my mum is, because my phone has a contact called mum, who's my mother. And when I want to call her, I say call mum, Siri, and it'll call her. Basically, in the control center, you can control the brightness and all this stuff like that, and Siri can be controlled in the control center as well if you drag it into there. If you press and hold the power button, get into Siri, get Siri up, and to power off volume button and power button is how you screenshot what's on the screen at the current moment. And basically this can be customized as well. You can change the screenshot and edit it if you wish. If you want some more camera tips, go to the camera in settings, go to camera, change custom camera settings, tap on record video. Default will be 30 frames per second at 1080p. This is a decent resolution, but it's not as good as this phone can do. If you want to edit it and get it into 4K, change the setting to 4K at 24, 30, 60 or 120 frames per second. I think 60 frames per second at 4K is the max actually, I was wrong there. But there's no difference between 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second, because the human eye cannot see over 30 frames per second. You can argue as much as you want with this case, but I used to be a gamer, I used to know that you can't see over 30 frames per second. Basically, these are some useful tips for you. You can record a slow motion video on the screen on the iPhone XS Max as well, in HD high definition at 1080p, but at 240 frames per second, and this will be very good quality as well. So for security, for face recognition, scroll down a bit when the phone is locked. You can still access the control center by default when the phone is locked, so you can remove some icons from the control center. So if someone else gets hold of your phone whilst it's locked, they can't have access to control your lights in your house. So you control your phone to make phone calls, other than to the emergency services. Obviously, if you want a phone for the ambulance, you'll still let your phone 999 or 111 or whatever it is, 101, sorry, for the emergency services. What else? Screen time option in the settings option. In the settings, there's a screen time option, and it shows you how long you've been on each app which is currently open, or since you last powered your phone on. It'll tell you how many minutes or hours you've been using the said app for, and it also will show your downtime. You can enable downtime, and you can also customize the screen downtime to know, so it knows that you can't use the phone for playing games for more than an hour a day or 2 hours a day, and you can customize this to whichever you want and whichever apps you want. Games, any game you play, you can set it to say you want to play it for an hour a day, and then it won't. All the icons of games will be black, and you won't be able to click on them unless you ignore the screen time option, which you can do if you wish, but it defeats the point of setting it up in the first place, really. You can set Siri to be a shortcut in settings and custom voice command. You can set it in settings. You can set it up. Sorry, I was a bit restless now. I need to get up for a stretch. I'm a bit restless, but I need a pipe, but I'm not going to do one. I'm just making a video about the camera settings on the iPhone XS Max here. And I'm running out of ideas what to say now, but I do know quite a bit about this phone from Googling it. And I can't show you the phone at the same time. But I might do a video on this phone whilst recording what I'm doing on the phone, because it's a lot easier for me to show you if I'm doing it at the same time. It's really hard to explain off the top of my head, so sorry about that if you can't understand what you're meant to do from what I'm on about in this video, but please take it from me. This is a good phone and you won't regret purchasing it, but I do wish I waited a bit. I could have got the iPhone XI like my dad's got, but I had to get a different phone to my dad, really. I could get confused as to who's when I go back to my parents' house. I'm currently living quite far away from them now, the other side of Bude. Well, I can see Bude from my window, but I live just outside that town, and right next to the sea I live. You see the sea from my bedroom window. It's beautiful, especially on a nice day like this. Shame about the lockdown though, isn't it? I can't wait to get back out into the community again and go to pubs for meals, go for long walks and stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like this video if you like what you've seen. Please comment below if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And please subscribe to my channel if you'd like more in-depth videos about schizophrenia, about drugs, prescription drugs, or about the iPhone XS Max and how to use it. Thanks for watching. I'll upload this video now. Bye for now.